this is a CNN reporter at the Capitol in the last couple of days in the fallout of this, talking to Byron Donalds from Florida and Representative Andy Ogles from Tennessee about guns.
So Second Amendment here in the United States. People are allowed to possess firearms. Need is in the eye of the beholder. I don't question why you need a blue suit, but you got one. And I know we're talking about something very, very different, but the Second Amendment allows American citizens to possess firearms.
So why not limit to AR-15s? Why not put a ban on that?
If you're going to talk about the AR-15, you're talking politics now. Let's not get into politics. All right, let's not get into emotion, because emotion feels good, but emotion doesn't solve problems.
Why not ban AR-15s?
Why not talk about the real issue facing this country in regards to this shooting, which would be mental health?
You know, when we talk about these quote-unquote journalists, to me that is such a perfect example of it, because it's subtle what they do. It's not that he's going out there yelling at the guy, but the way he asks the question. So there's a shooting, and immediately the question should be, why don't we do something against the Second Amendment? So it's a trickery in how they're actually going about the business, right, Ashley?
Yeah, that's a classic way of what in the study of bias is called framing. You frame it right off the bat as having to do with guns. The questions are about guns, and the answers, even in the negative, therefore are about guns. So you just get people saying guns, 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 guns over and over and over. And that also brings in another kind of bias, which is omission bias. What is not being spoken about here? And that is a whole host of other factors and things that are at play that are all crowded out for this one three-letter word. And again, let's talk about it. Sure, talk about guns, but you cannot have that conversation at the exclusion of every single other factor that might be involved. That is absurd. That is exactly what the gentleman was saying. That is politics. That is not journalism.
Josh, I don't like playing the games that the left plays with, always blaming a group of people for the actions of one individual. But at what point, if we have an entire mainstream media that is constantly going after, white, straight Christians as the worst people on the planet who have ever existed, at what point are they somewhat culpable? And I know that is an extremely slippery slope, but the constant demonization, there's one group you're allowed to demonize, and that's the group of people that happened to be killed in this incident.
Look, from where I'm sitting, Jew hatred and anti-Christian bigotry are probably the last two politically correct forms of bigotry in the United States today. I mean, it is not merely not a problem to criticize Jews and Christians when they're acting like Jews and Christians, but it is praised. I mean, that will get you platformed by large swaths of the liberal media. I don't think that's overstating it. And, I like you, I tend to try to stick to individual culpability. Individuals are responsible for their actions and all of that there. But the media as a class has just such dripping animus and disdain for the traditional views of religious Jews, religious Christians, frankly, even just religious Muslims as well, honestly, to an extent. I think back to this op-ed, it is only tangentially related, but I think back to this op-ed the New York Times published a couple of weeks ago. It was basically saying that, the Jews back at the time the Torah was given at Sinai, of course they supported transgenderism. And are you kidding me? I mean, what is wrong with you people?
If you'd like more sane takes on our insane world, check out our direct message clips playlist. And if you want to watch more full episodes of our live roundtables, watch our roundtables playlist. They're both right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.